Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make a website that is a full stack website. We are going to use NODE.JS for that website. So let's go and get busy with the server side. So the first thing that we will do is create a directory for our website. Let's call it website, and then we look into this directory and create files that we need. The best way to go about this is to use npm install, and then we install the necessary dependencies that we will need for the website. So we need Express here, we need Malta, we need Path, and we need SQLite. Oh, better SQLite, I mean 3. Better SQLite 3, like that. So these dependencies take time to download sometimes, so especially if you branch them together like this, they might take time to install, but let's be patient. It will be worth it in the end, because without them our server side won't work at all. So let's expand this window here and work with it at full screen. Just a few seconds and we'll be getting busy. Okay, so what happens here is that we have files that have been created here with the dependencies. They automatically get created when we say npm install whatever dependency that we want. So it helps us a lot. Okay, so here now we need to add this. Just see the files that have been added. So these come automatically with those dependencies. We will need to add a few files of our own. So for our server side, we'll create a file that we would call a index.js, and for the front end for the website where we'll use HTML, we'll create a file that we'll call index.html and a styling file that we call stylesheet.css, like this. Like that. So let's check our files. So we've got the index.html, index.js, and the rest of the files that came with that, including our style sheet there. Now we need to get into the server side proper, so we'll venture into index.js there and work on our server with NodeExpress. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, let's list things that we will do here. We will create a hooks to the modules we need. We will also need middleware. We're talking about Malta here and APUs. And APUs static express. We'll see that when we come to it. Okay, we will also have routes. Okay, I meant to say routes, like routes as in router, routes to our endpoints. Alright, you will see it in a while what we're talking about. So let's go and create our hooks there. with these variables. So const express here is equal to require. This require function is key to express the, it fetches certain modules there that we need to work with. So this is how we call it. Okay, const app equals express. Alright, const Malta equals require Malta. If there you go. We required our Malta there. Okay, equals require path. Now we're left with requiring the database. Now let's say const SQLite equals require, let's require our Betterlite SQLite. Beta SQLite 3. Did I say Betterlite SQLite? Okay, alright, that's how we go about it. Now before we go any further here, we need to, let's also, since we are working with a server, so we need to specify a port, that will be used for what, for our HTTP request. Okay, how do we go about that? We do it this way, equals process dot inf dot port. Let's specify a port, let's say port 3001. Alright, now let's connect the database. Here we now connect our database. Okay, how do we connect our database? Let's create an instance of the database, an instance of SQLite that will name a database there. Equals new SQLite, and then we say my DB. Yeah, let's call my DB like that. So this connects the database. Now we can go on and create a check if the database is on with an error message, but that won't be necessary. We will know when the database is not on. So SQLite seems to be lightweight a database, it doesn't need a server, it's serverless, you should say. Now from here, let's head over to using Malta. Let's work on our server side. Let's say const upload. Malta deals with upload, so let's say with what's uploaded there, let's get this object. Let's say destination equals to upload file, like that. Okay, now what else do we need? Let's say const no, let's deal with the middleware now. So let's say this is the middleware. Let's specify here and say we sort the middleware here. I guess from the database they were sorting the middleware, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we're talking about APUs here. app uses to use express dot static and what path to join directory name and let's call it public, like that. Now let's get on to our roots. We work on our roots here. Which are our endpoints? Let's keep it brief. So let's say app.get. We need to get the home directory here, and how to do that, we use these callback functions here, like that, with the arrow functions this way. So when we are getting our root home directory, or what do we need? We need the console to log that we are in the home. In the home directory, yeah, this is direct. Okay, we also need the principal thing that we need is a response. So response has many functions that there's many objects. There is a resend, there's resend file, there are many there is response status. Yeah, there are many objects of response there. So in this instance we are going to use this one, send file. How does the resend file? It points to a special directory that it needs to be joined with the specification for what we have as our root directory, which is the file that will be fetching the index.html here. So here for our home we need to have that a file, the HTML file is what going to be rendered when we try to access this endpoint. Now we are going to use a post here to fetch a upload. Okay, okay, let's do it this way. It's a directory. So this upload works like this. It says upload.single a file, the file name, then it goes on to have the what. Okay, I mean to go in there and put the response in the request there, like that. Okay, so what we need here is to specify the variables with which we will access our file. So let's request file name, then we go and say const file path equals request file with the path. Okay, now when we are what are we fetching here? Okay, let's look. Here we are getting a post from the HTML file, the posting to our server here. We're posting from that side to the server. Okay, let's use an object literally here. Alright, what are we saying? We are accessing a, let's put file name here, file name inside. Alright, did I do that? Like that. Okay, I didn't lose something there. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's say app listen now. Going back to that port that we specified up there, and then we go with this arrow function, which simply logs that our server is listening in honestly on port. Let's use an object here. Our server is listening on port, go like that, port, okay, like that. So we'll go again to check if we missed anything here. Alright, our video doesn't have to be too long, because we're still dealing with one part here. This video will have to be at least 2 parts. So let's get busy with this one. Hopefully it will render fast so that we jump on to other things. Okay, so here we deal with the upload. So this upload directory is specified in the form that we'll be using for our in the HTML that we will be rendering on port 3001. Okay, did you get everything here on our file names? Okay, what did I miss here? Okay, let's see if our server will render. Like that. What's going on here? Okay, we missed something there on the express there. Yeah. We've been making it worse, am I not? So if you were to access a port 3001 here on our local host, we are going to see a blank page here. Here our server is live here. That's what it shows. So let's check port 3001. Let's check that one. So this is the first part of our website. Then we'll continue to build on, so that when we access this port 3001 on localhost 3001, let's check that. As we can see here, it's empty. It's an empty web page here, so we haven't gotten our HTML that we specified here in our file as getting. So if we access here, we are likely to see a message that what did I write there on the HTML? I think I said that we are fetching our file somewhere. Let's check what it writes here. Okay, it says that we are in the home directory. So it shows that we are indeed in the home directory here. So the home directory will be the HTML file that will be rendered there. Alright, so with that said, we'll continue with our front end HTML later on as we continue to build our FullStack website. We are building here our portfolio projects. So this is project number 1.